Welcome, seekers of the truth, to the Magical Services channel. So this is going to be a most supreme love horoscope for the general collective for this weekend, that is between July 17th through July 19th of this year of 2026. With that said, collective, let's get into your horoscope. So the current celestial climate demands a radical recalibration of how intimacy is negotiated, moving away from grand performative gestures and into the quiet, meticulous architecture of daily devotion. As the luminous body of the moon begins its journey through the late degrees of Virgo, the collective emotional baseline is steeped in a highly analytical, almost forensic approach to affection. There is a palpable need to dissect the mechanics of current partnerships to evaluate whether the practical foundations of a relationship can sustain the weight of long-term commitment. This is not a period for blind romanticism. Rather, it is a time when love is proven through tangible acts of service, attentive listening, and the willingness to adjust minor friction points before they calcify into structural resentment. The waxing crescent phase, gathering illumination from a mere 12% to over 30%, mirrors a slow but deliberate awakening of relational clarity. What was once vague or unsettlingly ambiguous is now coming into sharp, unavoidable focus, demanding honest assessments about who is truly investing in the shared future and who is merely occupying space. Simultaneously, the planet of affection and values continues its steady, direct advance through the same meticulous sign, reinforcing the theme that true romantic security is built on reliability and mutual respect for boundaries. There is a distinct shift occurring in how attraction is signaled and perceived. The allure is no longer found in chaotic passion or unpredictable drama, but in the profound safety of consistency. Partners are drawn to those who demonstrate emotional competence, who remember the small details, and who approach relationship maintenance with the same diligence as cherished craft. However, this hyper-focus on practicality carries a shadow, the risk of critiquing a partner into defensiveness. The strategic imperative here is to channel this discerning energy inward, refining one's own capacity to love gracefully rather than auditing the shortcomings of another. Reconciliation during this window is highly probable, but only if it is preceded by a genuine, humble acknowledgement of past neglects and a concrete, actionable plan for behavioral adjustment. Beneath the surface of practical devotion, a powerful undercurrent of emotional reconsideration is at play, driven by a retrograde motion in the sector of feelings, memory, and domestic sanctuary. This backward drift is pulling unresolved histories, old conversational loops, and dormant attachment wounds back to the surface of conscious awareness. It is a profound psychological profiling of the heart, forcing a confrontation with the ways in which past familiar patterns or previous relationship traumas are silently dictating present day reactions. When a minor disagreement triggers a disproportionate emotional withdrawal, it is this retrograde energy speaking, demanding that the root cause be addressed rather than the superficial symptom. This is a critical window for separating genuine incompatibility from projected fear. The predictive trajectory suggests that couples who can navigate this internal excavation with patience and radical empathy will emerge with a significantly deepened bond, one that is insulated against future external stressors. Conversely, those who weaponize these vulnerabilities or refuse to engage the necessary emotional labor will find the connection fracturing under the weight of unspoken expectations and cyclical misunderstandings. Adding a layer of dynamic tension to this introspective landscape is the forward moving energy of desire and assertion, currently operating through a highly communicative, intellectually restless channel. This placement injects a necessary spark of playfulness and mental stimulation into the relational field, preventing the atmosphere from becoming overly sterile or bogged down in heavy emotional processing. There is a strong craving for partners who can engage in witty banter, who challenge each other intellectually, and who view conversation as a primary form of foreplay. This energy favors new romantic encounters initiated through shared ideas, digital communication, or social networks, where the initial attraction is sparked entirely by a meeting of the minds. However, the strategic warning here is to guard against superficiality and a tendency to scatter one's romantic focus across too many potential prospects. The commitment trajectory requires grounding this airy, flirtatious energy in the tangible reality of the present moment, ensuring that the thrill of a new connection is not mistaken for the substance of a lasting partnership, and that words of affirmation are consistently backed by tangible follow through. As the day progresses, the moon makes a critical transition, crossing the threshold from the analytical realm of Virgo into the relationship-oriented sign of Libra. This micro-transit marks a definitive shift in the collective romantic atmosphere, moving from the phase of rigorous evaluation into the phase of active harmonization. The sharp edges of criticism begin to soften, replaced by a genuine desire for equilibrium, mutual compromise, and aesthetic pleasure in the partnership. The illumination of the lunar cycle continues to build, casting a brighter light on the possibilities of formal commitment, renewed vows, or the conscious decision to elevate a casual connection into something exclusive and clearly defined. This is the precise moment where the internal work of the previous days translates into external relational action. The energy strongly supports diplomatic conversations, the smoothing over of recent tensions, and the co-creation of a shared vision for a balanced, equitable future. Yet, lurking in the deeper psychological strata is a retrograde movement of the dark moon Lilith, pulling back through the expansive, truth-seeking archetypes of the zodiac. This indicates a collective reclamation of authentic, untamed desire that may have been previously suppressed in the name of keeping the peace, avoiding conflict, or conforming to societal expectations of what a relationship should look like. There is a growing non-negotiable intolerance for partnerships that require the diminishment of one's core identity, spiritual freedom, or personal truth. The predictive outcome of this alignment is a necessary, albeit potentially disruptive, purging of relational dynamics that are fundamentally misaligned with one's deepest authentic self. It is a definitive call to integrate passion and philosophy, ensuring that the chosen partner not only provides practical day-to-day security, but also fiercely honors the wild, independent spirit that resides within. The ultimate romantic outcome of this celestial sequence is not merely the preservation of the status quo, but the courageous evolution of love into a sacred space practical, de- where both meticulous practical devotion and authentic, unbridled freedom can coexist without compromise. So that is what I had for you today, collective. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please feel free to like this video or comment this video or share this video or hype this video or subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, or hype our channel by letting your friends and acquaintances who would benefit from knowing about it know about it. And all those acts would be great and greatly appreciated for sure. Now, if you or I should say, feel free to check out the magical service being offered in the description box. It is, because this is a magical channel after all, so it's fitting to have a magical offer on display all the time. But anyhow, yeah, feel free to check out the magical service in the description box, and stay tuned to our channel, because I always try to keep fresh stuff on here for you all, longs and shorts, all sign readings and sign specific readings, divinations and astrology, and whatever else you'd like to see. So please do let me know about it, and we'll see if we can make it happen. Now, beyond all that, I thank you so much for being here and for being part of our network, being part of our circle, being part of our tribe, and supporting our channel. Until the next time, blessings.